children, I worked at this little business. Well, now when I'm totally on my own, I realized that I had played with that business. I had an opportunity to build a business, but I played with it. So when you're thinking of your business, your dream, what you want to do and bring into this world and bring into being, you need to ask yourself, am I treating this business as a charity where I just give things away? Am I treating it as a hobby? I play at it because I have another job. Is it a hobby? Or is it really a business? Because if it is really a business, you need to work on it every day. Devote time to it every day. Be wise in the choices you make, the calls you make, the people you talk to, the things you do. You treat it as a business. So, sometimes you do this while you have another job. That's what I did. I had a job. And that's why I titled my work, You Whistle While You Work. If you are fortunate enough to have a job, you do that to the very best of your ability. You show up. You be reliable. You get there on time. You devote those hours of work to that employer who has given you the gift of a job. And you be the best worker you can be. As soon as you leave that building, you are thinking about your business on your time. And you give life and thought and creativity to developing your own business. What a privilege to have a mind that can develop a business and keep it going while you're doing something else. So you be a good employee. You never work your own business on your boss's time, but you build yours. Well, I learned to stitch when I was 8 years old. To me, stitching every day is like breathing. You just have to do it. So I started creating my own designs. I have a website now, Whimsy and Grace. No E in Whimsy, W-H-I-M-S-Y. And is spelled out, Grace, Whimsy and Grace. And that's what I wish my product gives to everybody, is whimsy and grace in their life. I started my business because somebody said, oh, I love that design. Who's the designer? I said, well, I'm the designer. She said, well, why don't you market this? I could sell this. So I started 10 years ago. Now, the interesting thing about developing your own business, when you work your own business, you're paid what you earn, not what you're worth. So the money's kind of slow in coming in. But I started 10 years ago while I was working another job. Now I'm in 400 shops, and business is good, but it's taken time. So I want us to talk about 3 things that I'm getting ahead of myself. When you want your own business and you're working another business, in your business you have a salary. Let's say this is what you're paid. When you start your own business, you're going to be down here with what you earned. I don't know how long it's going to take each one of you, depending on what your business is. But my thought is, when you see the difference in income, when this business that you're building meets and increases what you've already got coming in as a salary, then it's time to consider, can I make it on just this business? Don't let go of the security of the job that you have until you have really developed this business.
I think we all need to take a second and thank our lucky stars that we have elected officials like, and I love saying this, Dr. Senator Alan Bates Representative Ron Maurer and Representative Peter Buckley. Thank you. Yes, I spent quite a bit of time in Salem trying to protect our limited funding, and these men are a cut above. They see the person. We're just not statistics to them. They cross party lines to do the right thing, and we should all thank our lucky stars that we have men like this representing us, because they're looking out for us. And in the way things are in this day and age, it's good to have some champions, and we've got the cream of the crop.
There's a quote I love about time by Brian Tracy. I don't know if any of you have read Brian Tracy. He says, to be truly successful, you need to develop a philosophy of time management, a worldview that recognizes time as the one invaluable, indispensable, irreplaceable ingredient of a successful, happy life. We need to learn to manage our time. Some things that I think interfere with that are concepts that somehow, at least in my childhood, got into my brain. And that is the concept of waiting and the concept of trying. Somehow we think if we're trying, we're accomplishing something. And I don't believe that anymore. We talked about somebody sitting in a chair the other day and you telling them to try to turn on the TV, and they started to get up and said, no, you can't get up and do it. I just want you to try. Just try. Try can be a real big excuse. So get rid of the concept of trying and just know that you're going to be doing things in the time that you have. And don't wait.
This year's annual Options for Success conference at the Red Lion Hotel in Medford is a tremendous experience for residents of Southern Oregon who experience a disability and have a desire to return to work.